The Jasper City Council has approved yet another tax abatement. More on that. Plus, Jasper Utilities General Manager Bud Hauersperger joins me to talk more about a new energy incentive for local residents. And Nancy Wilson and Mary Beckman are tonight's Meet the Candidates on Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. We begin tonight with another tax abatement being approved in the city of Jasper. Last night, the Jasper City Council passed a resolution to start the process for the abatement. This new abatement will be awarded to Cash Wagner and Associates. The company is planning to renovate a 10,000 square foot portion of the former Jofco building along Vine Street and move its companies into the new building. Cash Wagner co-owner Nathan Wagner says the investment will amount to $250,000. Jasper Mayor Terry Seitz says the new investment will be important for that area.
Initially, they will be looking and have asked for an abatement for up to 5 positions, a small amount, doing some significant reinvesting in an area of Jasper that welcomes reinvestment. It's wonderful because we really believe they will stage out and eventually do some things in other parts of the building too.
The abatement was recommended on Monday by the Jasper Economic Development Commission. On a related note, the council also did an annual review for 3 abatements to other local companies. The abatements were for Kimball Hospitality, Kimball Furniture Group, and Stens. Seitz says the review process for the abatements works out well.
As you go through this, we add this step that rather than just fill out the paper, we welcome them in to talk about that, and I think that's very fruitful. We passed two of the three tonight. The other one we tabled because there seemed to be a little discrepancy in a little math or maybe being unclear about the state form how to do this, and this can happen. This is all new for us.
Seitz says despite one of the reviews being tabled, all 3 companies are doing well with their abatements. Also last night, the council approved selling 3 properties. These are the Lechner, 30th Street, and Truman Road properties that the city currently owns. The decision to sell the properties is part of the city's agreement to buy the former Jasper Country Club property, and that was done last year. A Ferdinand teen was cited on intoxication and drug possession charges after he ran into a house along Chestnut Street in Huntingburg. At 6 o'clock last night, Huntingburg police were called to a car versus house accident in the 1100 block of Chestnut Street. When they arrived, they found a 17-year-old male unconscious but breathing inside of the vehicle. Police say the vehicle had run into a house belonging to 65-year-old Elmer Kratzer. Police say Kratzer was inside of the house at the time of the crash. Kratzer was treated and released by EMS personnel, while the driver was taken to Memorial Hospital. The driver was later released to Huntingburg police after it was found that he was intoxicated and also was in possession of a synthetic drug. The driver was cited for operating while intoxicated endangerment and for possessing a synthetic drug. The driver's Jeep was a total loss and Kratzer's home suffered $20,000 worth of damage. Huntingburg utilities were called in to shut off water to the house after a water leak caused by the accident was discovered. The Huntingburg Fire Department and first responders, Memorial Hospital EMS, the DuBois County Sheriff's Department, Huntingburg Utilities, and a wrecker from Cars also assisted. Violation of a no-contact order landed a Pike County man behind bars. At 9:30 yesterday morning, Huntingburg police were called to a home in the 2000 block of Aaron Court in Huntingburg. Upon arriving, police spoke with 43-year-old Jean Rhodes. Rhodes told them that she had filed a no-contact order against 43-year-old Michael Whitecamp, but Whitecamp continued to text and call her anyway. Rhodes then showed police several text messages from Whitecamp that were on her phone. Police confirmed through their investigation that a no-contact order had indeed been filed against Whitecamp. Whitecamp was later found and arrested for violations of that order. He was lodged in the DuBois County Security Center on charges for invasion of privacy. A project to replace a bridge near Ferdinand could be getting underway starting tomorrow. Officials with the Indiana Department of Transportation say the work is focused on a bridge over Green Creek along State Road 162, just to the north of State Road 264. INDOT says one lane of the highway along the bridge will be closed at a time in order for work to be done. Stoplights are also set to be installed on each end of the bridge to control the flow of traffic. An 11-foot width restriction will be put in place on the bridge while work is going on. Jeffersonville-based American Contracting was awarded the project back in February. The contract was worth more than $311,800, according to INDOT officials. The Daviess County Community Foundation has handed out this year's scholarship awards. During a ceremony Tuesday evening, the foundation awarded $62,900 worth of scholarships to local students. More than 30 scholarships in all were awarded out of 13 different funds within the foundation. This year marked the first year of the ceremony being held, and it was also the first year for the Derek Ray Arvin Memorial Scholarship. 8 Washington High School seniors were awarded $1,000 each out of that scholarship. The winners were Brooks Brown, Jake Brashear, Corey Humerkaus, Joshua Kirsch, Audra Stallman, Andrew Brothers, Ashlyn Stoll, and Hannah Parsons. The Indiana Department of Transportation is warning motorists across southwestern Indiana they may soon encounter delays from oversized loads delivering beams for bridges on the I-69 extension project. Beginning Monday, May 5th, beams will begin to be delivered in western Greene County. INDOT says the anticipated routes to be used will be State Roads 37 and 58 and various county roads to reach their destination. The agency says escort vehicles will also be utilized to help guide the trucks and trailers through traffic and along narrow roadways. INDOT says beams will continue to be delivered throughout the construction season. Finally this evening, some Indiana school officials are now worried about a rerun of last year's computer troubles with I-STEP exams as students have faced disruptions once again this week during practice tests. Zionsville Schools Technology Officer Patty Bostwick says that students experienced computer freezing up on Monday and Tuesday, but no other problems were reported on Wednesday. A report found about 80,000 Indiana students had I-STEP exams interrupted last spring when server glitches from contractor CTB McGraw-Hill kicked them offline. The Indiana Department of Education says fewer than 10% of more than 300 I-STEP calls this week have been related to computer difficulties. The agency says it is working to ensure the I-STEP exams can start next week as originally scheduled. All right, coming up after the break, Jasper Utility GM Bud Hauersberger joins me to talk about an energy incentive for residents, plus your local forecast, sports with Kurt Guxell, and meet the candidates with Nancy Wilson and Mary Beckman. That's all up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.